Hello and welcome, my name is Ollie Wilson and today you are watching the Knight Pairs Find That YouTube series, a series that breaks down tactical positions into understandable concepts to help us to reevaluate how we think when approaching the game of chess. Enjoy! Today we have a position from a 2009 Magnus Carlsen game. Can you find the move that Magnus found here with the white pieces? 10 seconds, go. Did you find the answer? Let's see. So first things first, black of course has pushed some pawns down the board and is in theory inhibiting the white pawns from moving forwards. However, by moving forwards indeed into white's half of the board, of course, these pawns are a little bit far from home and consequently they do need the defense of some pieces, and indeed white is hitting at g5, the base of this pawn chain here, quite significantly. Couple that with the fact that these two rooks are doing very, very strong things of pinning this knight on e6. And of course, suddenly g5 seems to be completely overwhelmed. And for that reason, Magnus struck with knight takes g5. Because of course, if black tries to capture with the knight, because of this power on the e-file, white simply captures on e8, pockets the exchange, a rook for a knight, a major piece for a minor piece, and at best black can keep the rook on, but there follows the two rooks, of course, have a lot of power, forcing the black king further away from where it might have some more activity in the center if it were able to come up the board, assuming of course the two rooks didn't bully it further there. And at this point white would be very happy and be almost forcefully winning by just pocketing the further weakness of h4. Indeed, having lost g5, h4 is even more vulnerable. Like I said, it's in white's half of the board and now is even further from a defense, retreating to this starting position, and the only other option for black to capture back on g5 is with the rook. And unfortunately for black, the knight is still pinned. The rook will simply capture the rook, and because this pin endures, either black will ignore the rook on g5, and of course white is, as we can see with two rooks versus a knight and a rook, have won the exchange, or the knight can capture the rook and we will then still win the exchange, and black won't even have a rook left to attempt to fight white's rooks, and consequently the white rook will easily eat up h4. Now, the game continuation was instead knight to g7 at this point, attempting to trade off the pieces and go for some activity. However, as happened, Magnus then demonstrated that after exchange, the knight dropped back to f3, and despite counterplay on the queen side, the white pawns won the day by pushing up. All as a result, back at this moment of Magnus seizing the opportunity and winning a wing pawn, which eventually won the game. Hope you enjoyed that. Stay tuned for more.